Shorthand dictation, 90 words per minute, 7 minutes speed. 7 minutes speed. 5 seconds. Now write down. Mr. Speaker, having moved the cut motion to this demand, labor including factories, I wish to say a few words on it. In the first instance, I am of opinion that of all the departments of government, the working of the labor department is very unsatisfactory. Secondly, the attitude of the government towards labor is very unsympathetic. Thirdly, in spite of the minister saying that a number of laws have been passed to safeguard the interests of labor, when we take into consideration the implementation of these laws, we are sorry to mention that it is an utter failure. It is often said that in industrial peace is industrial prosperity. I agree. But industrial peace and prosperity will be there only if the workers are conceded their fair, just and reasonable demands. Very many workers have sacrificed their lives to get freedom of association and organization. So many labor laws have been passed by government from time to time. But even now, the workers do not enjoy freedom of association. The employers are appearing, suppressing them, and are not allowing them to form trade unions. Now, I want to deal with industrial disputes and cancellation. We have no doubt got the Industrial Disputes Act. It is not enforced properly. The officers are not sincere in conciliation proceedings. If, however, conciliation fails, the matter will be taken to the industrial tribunal. It will certainly take 4 years and more to consider a dispute and pass an award. The minister would do well to see that the administration of the Act is now streamlined. As for the standing orders, it is my view that they have been framed in such a way as to favor the management. While drafting those orders, the government should have given due regard to the views of the representatives of labor. At present, the factory owners are not observing the Shop Assistance Act. In many places, workers are quite unaware of the existence of this act. The government should take effective steps to implement the act and help the workers. There are several other matters on which I would like to speak on a later occasion. Thank you. Dear sirs, with further reference to our letter of 30th May, we are happy to have now succeeded in obtaining for you a small allowance on the faulty material you complained of in your last letter. It is only from the fact that we are on good terms with the spinner and have met him under similar circumstances on a former occasion over some contra business we had with him that he was induced to make you this allowance, while in no way seeking to minimize the importance of keeping this errand well up to standard. We would point out that it is impossible to eliminate altogether the faulty places, as even with the greatest care on the part of the overlookers at the mills, the knots you mention will appear occasionally owing to their escaping notice in the winding. As you are already aware, we are regularly supplying this class of iron in large quantities both for the home and export trade, and yours is the first complaint we have received since taking up producing this particular iron. In this connection, we would like to mention that you have been a trifle too exacting in the matter, and we wish to make it very clear that you should not consider our granting to you the allowance as a precedent in any future business we may have with you. We enclose credit note giving particulars of the allowance we make in this case. You may deduct this amount from our invoice due to payment on 30th June 1999, assuring you of our best services and thanking you, yours faithfully.